Poor Sham. But then, with a name like Sham, what else could you expect? What is a sham? With the help of a trusty dictionary, I can tell you that a sham is a trick that deludes, a hoax. It's a cheap falseness, an hypocrisy. It's an imitation or a counterfeit purporting to be genuine, an imposture. It's a fake. It's false. All of which begs the question, why on earth would anyone name their racehorse Sham? If it was an act of pure audacity, something to tempt fate, or a joke, then it backfired. Big time. As things turned out, the name was searingly accurate. Sham, the racehorse, proved to be a sham. There was every reason to believe he was the genuine article. He was a big, beautiful horse, but then all of these racehorses are beautiful, aren't they? Beautifully formed, beautifully conditioned, beautifully treated. Sham won the Santa Catalina Stakes, took second in the Wood Memorial, and won the prestigious Santa Anita Derby by 2.5 lengths, equaling the track record. The prep races were over, and Sham had people thinking he might be the next horse to win the Triple Crown. First stop, Churchill Downs. In the 1973 Kentucky Derby, Sham lost 2 teeth coming out of the starting gate and bled throughout the race. Not a good omen. Nevertheless, he came around the far turn in the lead, galloping for glory. Heading down the stretch, he was overtaken by another horse, a horse he'd beaten before. This time that horse won the race in world record time, the first time any horse had ever covered the distance in under 2 minutes. That horse was Secretariat, and in direct comparison, the horse that finished second by 2 lengths, also under 2 minutes, not that it mattered, was Sham. In the next race, the Preakness, once again the 2 horses hooked up. This time Secretariat had the lead, with Sham closing rapidly down the stretch, seeking to repeat what his rival had done. But Secretariat held off the other horse and won going away by 4 lengths, again in record time. Sham stung again, second again. Sham had one more shot, the Belmont Stakes, and was determined not to waste it. Now the best he could do was play the spoiler and keep that other horse from making racing history. At this longer distance, 1.5 miles, he would wear that other horse down. 5 horses started that race. The field had been stripped of pretenders. Secretariat was on the inside and Sham was on the outside. The jockeys, who deserve mention and praise, were, respectively, Ron Turcotte and Lafitte Pincay. By the first turn, the 2 horses were together, leaving the other 3 behind. It became a match race, a showdown, Secretariat against Sham, with Sham determined to prove once and for all, as they say, just this once and for all time, that he was no sham. Head to head they ran down the back stretch, each horse claiming the lead, and the effort to keep pace with the great stallion took the measure of the lesser horse. Sham was beaten at his own game. Secretariat began to pull away and Sham began to fade. The rest of the field closed in on Sham, who had lost his bid for greatness. At least he made that bid. But in the end, compared to the champion, alas, he was just a sham. Secretariat continued to race and hit the wire 31 astounding lengths ahead of the field. The time was 2 minutes and 24 seconds, beating the track record by 2.5 seconds. That record still stands. The horse that finished last in the race was Sham. The race proved to be a coronation. Secretariat became instantly a legend, a champion, one of the greatest racehorses of all time, no question. Sham never raced again. A hairline fracture in a leg bone ended his career. Following his death, an autopsy revealed that his heart was twice the size of a normal racehorse, also true of Secretariat. But even that great heart was not enough to overcome what? What was Sham racing against? Was it Secretariat? or was it fate? Sham, poor Sham, was destined, it seemed, to live down to his name. It's just a hunch, but I would hesitate to name a son thief or a daughter felony, and I would never dare to name a racehorse Sham.